Hello everybody and welcome to Group 2's presentation for CIST 1001. And the topic we're going to discuss is the importance of technology. Alright, so our thesis statement reads that technology has become one of the most important benefits in today's world, from allowing us to communicate with anyone in the world to the various ways it enhances the healthcare system. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about kind of the different fields where technology has really made an impact and has become super important. The first field I'm going to talk about is the healthcare field. Now, we now have things like electronic health records where patient information can be stored electronically, so we can avoid things like maybe misplacing files in the wrong cabinet or things like that, because now everything is just available either on the USB drive or maybe a hard disk drive or even the cloud, whatever. We also have things like wearable devices that can collect data on blood pressure, heart rate, and even track our sleeping patterns. And as you can see, I have a picture of a wearable device where the arrow is pointing at right here. Exercise and fitness. We now have apps like maybe the Nike Fitness app or the Nike Run app, where maybe it has workouts for us, and also that we can actually track like maybe how many miles we ran that day or how many miles we walked that day. And we also have apps for like maybe nutrition. So let's say we want to keep track of our calories and make sure we're eating enough, the certain amount of calories we need to eat today. So we have things like that. Also, we have things like 3D printing, where we can print artificial limbs, blood vessels, and even organs. So that's becoming really popular. And also virtual reality, where we can actually train future surgeons by allowing them to practice operation in the virtual reality world. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about how technology really has become important when it comes to communication, because with technology we can communicate pretty much anyone around the world, like the thesis statement said. So we have apps like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, where we can talk to our family members, new friends, no matter if they're located in England, Japan, maybe Nigeria, wherever. And also this past year, with us dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, we've also had to deal with these type of communication programs like Zoom, Microsoft Teams, and WebEx, where we've had to attend business meetings or attend classrooms from our own homes due to everybody being on lockdown. And these things have made it possible. So we still kind of get that in-person setting, except we're all online. And the good thing about all of these apps, whether it's the WhatsApp or Zoom, is they're all available for our cell phones, or even our iPads. So let's say, for example, we wanted to go on a nice stroll while maybe listening to a business meeting, we can do that. All right, now technology has also become important when it comes to education. So it's like the first bullet point says, almost 95% of teachers use technology in the classroom setting. And also we have things like projectors, smart boards, and laptops. So like maybe a teacher can give a PowerPoint presentation instead of having to write down a whole bunch of information on the chalkboard like they did back in the day. There are also programs out there like the Lockdown browser that will allow us to take an exam from the computer lab on the campus, and we can take the exam without the professor or teacher have to put out concern, that someone's going to cheat, because the Lockdown browser will lock down your entire computer, so you're only allowed to take that exam, so you can't really cheat, like pull up other browsers. And also we have apps like Quizlet and StudyBlue that make studying, interactive and fun, with like practice quizzes or flashcards in case you want to retain the information better. Also, technology has also really become important when it comes to households. We have virtual assistants like Alexa and Google Home that can do things like turn your lights on or even change the temperature on your thermostat. We now have smart locks where instead of having to turn the key, you can actually enter a code or maybe use the app on your phone to unlock or lock your door. Those are becoming really popular now. And then we have smart doorbells like the Ring, where we can if somebody rings the doorbell, you can actually receive a live video on your mobile device showing that person at your doorbell, maybe just to see who it is. Traveling has also become really big when it comes to technology. So now, for example, cars now have things like automatic braking, lane assist, and blind spot monitoring, along with backup cameras that have made it possible so that we can drive safer and kind of reduce the risk of getting into accidents. Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth has really become popular, so we can actually connect our phones to our cars, so we can listen to music, or even make phone calls without having to actually have our phone on our ear. Also, features like remote start and have made it possible so like you can start your car with a button on your key fob, and that really comes in super clutch when it's the winter time and you don't want to go in your cold car and then manually start it and have to wait for it to heat up. And now we have apps on your phone, like this app right here that's I'm moving around, where you can actually start your car from that app, or maybe it'll let you know like, hey, it's time for maintenance and things like that. And also, electric cars are becoming really popular. So companies like Tesla and Rivian, they're making electric cars that they don't emit greenhouse gases, they don't emit carbon dioxide, so to make the world and environment a safer place. And Tesla has even started to incorporate technology we haven't seen before, like autopilot, where the car will drive for you without you having to be on the steering wheel, and even self-parking. But with the autopilot, you have to be careful, because just because the car is driving for you doesn't mean you can go fall asleep and stuff like that, because it's not gonna end up good for you. Alright, so now we have other travel options, like trains. They now have technology that can help prevent collisions and derailment. That's called positive train control. They also have technology that while the train is moving, it would scan the tracks to make sure that there are no defects and that everything's running, the track is in good shape. And airlines are incorporating technology like the Microsoft HoloLens, where it will project a hologram using the glasses to train new employees. Like, for example, like where this arrow is pointing at right here, we see a mechanic looking at a propeller jet engine using the Microsoft HoloGlasses, and she's looking at the specifics of it, like the different parts of it, so that way when she works on a real propeller engine, she'll be more prepared to know what she's doing and work on it better. Also, we have cloud computing becoming really popular. With cloud computing, we can store data on the internet server, like maybe Google Drive, Dropbox are two big ones, iCloud. And also, I know OneDrive and Google Drive, they actually will save your data while you're working on it. So let's say you're typing an essay. So while you're typing the essay, your data is being saved automatically, so you don't have to worry about doing it manually. So that's pretty cool. The only sad part about cloud computing is that you have to have an internet connection. So if you don't have the internet, you can't really access any of your data. But it does make it so we're not solely reliable on using USB drives and our computer hard drives. All right. So this is the reference page. So these are all the references me and my group members use in order to construct this presentation. And we've now reached the end. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.